Hey guys, I'm Greg. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's go see what's in the fridge today, guys. Alright guys, I'm back. I just have left. Well, I'm not back. That's horrible. That's what happens when you do several beer reviews in one evening. Welcome to Greg's Beer Reviews. Let's start that over. I'm not going to edit that out. I don't edit beer reviews. This is Squatter's Outer Darkness, part of the Utah Brewers Cooperative. This was sent to me by Brandon C. down in Texas. This is the Brewers Reserve Outer Darkness Russian Style Imperial Stout. And this is a fairly big beer coming in at, according to Beer Advocate, they have it at 10.5%. Untapped has it at 10.5%, so we're going to go with that because I don't think it has it on the can anywhere. Yes, it does. Right above the barcode it says 10.5 alcohol by volume. It says here is one of the most intensely flavored beers a brewer can create. Outer Darkness goes through multiple mashes to achieve its high original gravity. Outer Darkness has 65 IBUs, is black as night and cold cellared like a Siberian winter. We hope you have as much fun drinking it as we did making it. So, on the bottom, there is nothing. It is empty. Would like to see some kind of dating, at least a vintage. Tell us 2015, 2016, 2017, so we'll know. But this style of beer is not critical, and they don't put that on there because they want to sell more of them. That's how that works. It can sit on the shelf for 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years or longer. Nobody knows. And it's a 10.5% Imperial Stout, so it's not going to go bad. But if you want to do a vertical side by side, you're guessing. You're guessing. So I would like to see them put a vintage on. This is the 2015 version. This is the 2016, 2017, whatever. Y'all guys know how I am. Want to see some kind of dating on it. Vintage on this style of beer. Month and a year on IPAs and all the rest of that stuff that are hoppy. Or something that's got coffee added to it, like this Imperial Stout sometimes has. So they choose not to do that. And I got a problem with that. How old is the frickin' beer? Is it this year? Is it last year? Is it the year before? Brandon C. picked this up and sent it to me. He has no clue, probably. Maybe it's something brand new he's not seen when he picked it up. But we still don't know. Has it been on the shelf for a year, 2, 3? Don't have any idea, guys. So that's the reason why we want to see a vintage. I don't know how big the Squatters Brewing Company is, or what they have to do with the Utah Brewers. I know the Utah has some very funky beer laws where if you're buying something in a grocery store, it has to be like 4% or less. If you're getting something bigger than that, like this beer is, you have to go to the liquor store to buy it. Kind of strange, but that's how it works out there. Different states have different laws, and that's how it works there. So, this was probably picked up at a liquor store. If I was guessing, that's what I would guess. I feel pretty comfortable to say doing a lot of Uinta beers that you cannot buy a beer of this magnitude, 10.5%, at the grocery store. So, Brandon C., thanks again, my brother. I do appreciate it. Let's see what this brings to the table. The commercial description on Beer Advocate is fairly long. Bear with me. Welcome to the biggest beer squatters pub Brewery has ever made. A Russian Imperial Stout is one of the most intensely flavored beers a brewer can create. The combination of rich roasted barley, oak, molasses, and licorice root combined to create an utterly unique and complex Imperial Stout experience. We had to mash it in twice to get our starting gravity of 27 Plato. We boiled 3.5 hours to enhance caramelization. That's a long boil, guys. Outer Darkness is aged with oak. It has 65 IBUs and bottle conditioned. Well, it's not a bottle, so maybe it's can conditioned. We hope you have as much fun drinking it as we did making it. Please share with another and drink wisely. The picture on Beer Advocate has it in the bottle. So they've done this multiple times. They've done it at least twice. Because we got a bottle here and we got a can there. So, don't know what to expect from there. I don't think I've had anything from these guys before. These guys may do some really tasty stuff. They may be a new brewery. I'm not sure what to say on this. I don't know what the distribution is. Brandon's down in Texas, and this is the Utah Brewers Cooperative. Evidently they're distributing into Texas, because I don't think Brandon went to Utah to get it. May be mistaken there, but he did not tell me. So I'm thinking this is probably available in Texas. So, that's all we need to talk about. We got the ABV, IBUs are not listed. We don't have any idea what the IBU is. Not critical on this style of beer. So, final beer of the evening for me. Let's pop the top and get it into the glass. Coming out pretty dark out of the can here. Food pairing says general chocolate dessert digestion. Glassware to pint Beckernonic tumbler snifter. I'm using my favorite snifter today. It says here can be solid for a long period of time. It is pitch black coming out of the can, guys. Don't think we're going to get any light through this. It is dark as night. Into the light? Nope, there is none. It is dark as night. Looks pretty typical for an Imperial Stout. Not much head, about a quarter finger, it's barely covering the top of the beer. Let's get a nose on it. Rich roasted malt, nice sweetness to the back end, like they may have used some lactose. It doesn't say that, but it does have a nice sweetness to the back end. Maybe a slight hint of some bittersweet chocolate. Might get some dark fruit on this as it warms up. It smells pretty good. There's no bourbon barrel aging or anything on this particular beer. It smells good. It does smell good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Brandon. Well, that's very tasty. That's a well-made stout. The alcohol is super well hidden. I'm getting heavy roasted malt, almost to the burnt characteristics. A little bit of bittersweet chocolate, maybe a little bit of molasses, sweet molasses. Very enjoyable. Very nice taste to this beer. Wish they put a vintage on it so we know what year it is. Because according, like I said, I have a can here and Beer Advocate has a picture of a bottle. So they've done it multiple times, I'm pretty sure of that. So I don't know. If I was guessing, I would say this is a 2017 since it's in the can. A lot of the breweries are now going to the can version. But I would like to see that on there somewhere. Well, very nice. Very, very nice. And these style of beers, you need to come up to room temperature because I might get some dark fruit or something additional once they come up to room temperature. It's right out of the fridge, 40 degrees. So let's do that. Let's let it come up to room temperature. Let me sip on this for a while. Might go out and fire up a stogie to go with this while I'm sipping on it, and we'll come back and see where it ends up. Alright guys, I'm back. I just left here. Been sitting on about 30 minutes or so. Very nice beer. I mean, it's for what it is, it's not bourbon barrel aged or oak aged or any kind of aging on this beer. Very tasty. It is a very tasty beer. It is a big beer at 10.5%. I wish they would put a vintage on so we know what year it is, but I got a feeling this is the brand new one for 2017 since it's in a can and Beer Advocate has it shown in a picture in a bottle. But I would like to see that. I mean, tell us. Tell us the 2017 vintage. If you don't have a dating machine, buy one. Put something on it so we know that it's a 2015, 2016, 2017 edition, guys. I mean, that way if you want to do a vertical down the road or whatever, you know what it is, when it was put in the can. So, that's my biggest fuss right now. It doesn't have to have the day. I would like to see the month. It was done in January of 2017, July of 2017, or even December of 2016. Would like to see that. It doesn't have to have the day. It's irrelevant. But the month and the year would be nice to know, especially the year. If you don't want to do the month, tell us what year it is. If you're only doing it once a year, we can figure that out. So, very tasty beer, guys. I enjoyed this. A great final beer of the evening for me. It's not a barrel aged, like I said. It's just a straight up Imperial Stout. Well done. Alcohol is super well hidden. Now that it's warmed up, there are some slight hints of some darker fruit notes in there. Excellent beer. It is an excellent beer. Final coat. Delicious. Very delicious, guys. To me, it is an A beer, but it's an A- beer. I'm going to put this in the A- category. 90 for me. Let's run over to Beer Advocate says 90. We're in a complete agreement there. 90 from me, 90 from them. Over to Untapped. Untapped has it at 4.01. That's about their 90. That's right at the bottom of their A category also. A beer. A- beer. It is an A beer though. It is very tasty. They need to date your stuff though. At least a vintage. Month and a year would be great. A year is absolutely necessary in my opinion. That's why it's not getting a better grade for me. But it is a tasty beer. It's well made. I'm not getting any of that 10.5%. It tells me how well made it is. Impressive beer. It is. It's a great beer. So if you're down in the area where Out of Darkness is produced from Utah Brewers, they're out of Utah. I'm pretty sure Squatters is where they're at because they're part of that Utah Brewers Cooperative. Tasty. I enjoyed this. A great final beer of the evening, which it is for me. The other half liked it too, but need a little more information on it, guys. That's where I'm a date Nazi. Everybody knows that by now. I want to see a vintage. A month and a year would be great. Year is kind of critical to me. I want to know what year vintage it is, and I'm pretty sure this is a 2017, being in the can, not the bottle like the Beer Advocate is showing, like I said. So, if you've had this one from them, let me know what you think, guys. I enjoyed it. It's a great beer. Brandon C., thank you again, my brother. I do appreciate you spending your hard-earned money on this and paying to ship it to me, because I cannot get their beers here, and it's a very tasty beer. Very, very tasty beer. All right, if you had it, guys, let me know what you think. Until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge. See you then.